Right everyone, and welcome back to Season 16 of AOR F2 on Xbox One, and we're here today for the 14th round of the season, the Singapore Grand Prix. And yeah, pretty well on the best qualifying lap then, coming here off the back of a little bit of a disappointing result I guess in Italy. We're only thinking 8th place in that race, but I mean, it's still another points finish, and yeah, we've been doing quite well recently with just racking up the points, and yeah, I still think that we can finish in a somewhat decent position this season. We do seem to have an outside chance of maybe the top 4, top 5, so I mean, you never know. This is a track that sort of anything can happen at, and of course we did win here last time we were in F2 in season 14. That pretty unbelievable finish to that race, and I mean, you just never know this track. It's one of those ones that always throws up surprises, so yeah, who knows what's going to happen today. And yeah, the most important thing always is just to have a clean race here, because yeah, chances are if you get to the finish then you're going to have somewhat of a decent result, especially if you've not like hurt yourself with any incidents. So yeah, I guess that's just the target for us today then, because as is usually the case, we're not as quick as some of the other people in the league, so yeah, just a nice clean race, and yeah, hopefully we'll find ourselves somewhere near the front here today then, as we come out of the final corner now then, and we'll see where we are. We go up to 6th place then, and we don't stay there, we drop all the way down to 11th, so not too bad for us then. We can start on fresh tyres, which is good, as Melanie takes pole then on the Hyper Soft, so an interesting strategy call from him there, saying for Pelder in 3rd. Clay's doing very well there to get 2nd on Ultra Softs. And yeah, our teammate up in 6th as well, so good result for him. So yeah, it's looking like it'll be an interesting race, and yeah, we'll now go then to the race. It's race night here in Singapore, and we're just moments away now then from the start of the 14th round of this AOR F2 season. We're getting right towards the end now of this season, and yep, still a lot of points up for grabs, so yeah, hoping for a nice clean race. It's not looking like the weather's going to be playing a part then for the time being, but yeah, we're here then for our 25th league race in Singapore, and as I was saying before, we did win this race in season 14. We did win here as well in, I think, TGP Xbox season 4, and those are our only 2 wins here. We've had 6 retirements here, which is the most, along with Australia. Here's one of those tracks that obviously a very long race time, and obviously a street circuit, easy one to find yourself in the barrier. But yeah, as I was saying then, here's not the longest track on the calendar in terms of distance, but just a lot of corners, a lot of slow speed corners, so obviously it's quite a long race time. We do have 2 DRS zones then for this track, and obviously 23 corners, so yeah, a very demanding track. As turn 1 then, you can see a lot of incidents here on the first lap, but here's a viable overtaking opportunity as well then, and I think turn 7 is the more likely place to be overtaken, but obviously 3 wide, not really the ideal thing to be doing into that corner, as we found out in the Apollo League. And yeah, down to turn 14, it's another decent overtaking opportunity. Sorry to TR Limitless for showing that one, but yeah, the strategy then for us is looking like going to be an ultra soft tyre. We don't have the super soft this weekend, which yeah, does make things interesting there, especially for the 2 people who we saw qualify on the Hyper Soft. So obviously, yeah, big performance difference, and obviously tyre life difference between the Hyper Soft and the soft tyres, and of course the Ultra Soft and the soft tyres. So yeah, we should be able to pit relatively early and go on to those soft tyres for the rest of the race, but it'll be interesting to see what those who qualified on the Hyper Soft there, which I think is just Murney and Pellery, what they can do, because yeah, obviously the soft tyres will go a long way, but are they really that fast? So that is the sort of the big question here, as we're now heading back to the grid. And I can't remember if I looked at the tyre strategy for this one. In fact I did, so well done for me for that one. And yeah, I've got a few people on the soft tyres then. Bobbitt's in the staff, I think that was there, and yeah, as I was saying, Murney and Pellery are on the Hyper Soft. Everyone else, by the look of things, are on the Ultra Soft tyres, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out then. We are pretty much on the same strategy as a lot of people around us then, as we've got the lights coming on now. We're away in Singapore after what seemed like quite a long hold there on the lights. We've had a good start though, I think, and we're alongside Hayden then. We're going around the outside. There's been contact up in front of us. I think Franglish there was spun by LGS, so yeah, shame for our teammate then. He's going to be dropping down the field, I think, to let him back through. As we are side by side then with Verstappen into turn 5 here, and yeah, we've just about managed to make it through on the inside line, but I think we were a little bit compromised on our line there, so we're going to have to go defensive now then, down towards turn 7, and it looks like we've just about managed to cover the inside line then into turn 7, and we've managed to maintain our position for the time being then, so a decent start for us then. We made up a few places, and yeah, we're going to skip now onto lap 3, where I think already we're seeing Pelsbury and also Murney pitting and taking off those hyper soft tyres, so will they be going to the end on the soft tyre from here? That would be pretty incredible strategy if they managed to do it and actually make it work to good effect, but we'll have to wait and see on that one then, as it does put us up to 6th for the time being then, as we've got up in front of us contact there, I think between, I'm not sure if that was Beef running into X-Power or Hayden running into Beef, but one of them lost a bit of front wing there, so obviously that is going to play into our advantage then, as yeah, this is now a battle for P3, but obviously we've got Melanie and Pelsbury who are a little bit out of sync, and we had a great run there on Hayden. We managed to overtake him then before we even get to that little kink of turn 6 there. We had to watch out for Drax behind us, but we just managed to stay ahead then. Obviously we had the benefit of DRS there to stay ahead, as X-Power runs wide into turn 8 and he loses the back end there and collects Beefer, and Beefer is out of the race, and we are up into 3rd position, so yeah, that was a very fortunate few corners for us there. We've managed to gain 3 positions and we're now onto the podium, but obviously we'll have to wait and see if that is a true podium. But yeah, Rosberg is in quite early as well then to get off the ultra soft tyres, so yeah, I think he's the first one to do a schedule stop for the those who pit on the ultra soft tyres. That does mean it's up to 2nd place for the time being, but we do have Dralax just behind us then, who's looking quite a bit quicker than us at the moment, and yeah, we're not going to have DRS to try and defend this time, so yeah, we're going to have to just defend the inside line here then, hope we can stay ahead, but yeah, he's going to try and run outside. It looks like he's maybe just about done it then. He's going to get the inside line now for turn 8, and yeah, he managed to start breakers there, and he's up in 2nd place, but yeah, still going pretty well for us at this point, and yeah, the tyres have been holding up quite well, so yeah, that was pretty good news for us then, as Clay's pits then as well, probably covering his teammate and maybe also the 2 Finns, but I'm not sure. I'd say most likely covering, but yeah, Dralex actually stays out and we pit on lap 9. Again, I didn't want to lose like a massive amount of time if people around me were like going for an undercut or not, but yeah, in we come then. I do feel I could have maybe gone like another couple of laps, like I was managing to keep on track of the tyre temperatures, which was still a thing. I'm so far behind on uploads that the tyre carcass temperature things were very much still a big part of this game when yeah, this race happened. As we rejoined in 7th place, and yeah, we've not done too badly then, but we have lost quite a bit of time to Rosberg, who we were catching right near to the end of that first stint before he pitted, so yeah, it didn't work out too well for us then, but we'll have to see where we are compared to Dralex, as Verstappen crashed out there in the other Haas, and yeah, that moved us up in position, so yeah, he pit quite early and did jump us then, I think, so actually he may not have pitted, because I think he might have been on the soft tyres to begin with, but nonetheless the safety car is out as Dralex is in the pit, so if we'd stayed out just another lap or 2, we may have been in a perfect position there for a pit stop, and yeah, that is quite frustrating then, because we weren't really like racing anyone except for Dralex at that point, and I was just thinking, you know, maybe if we can get an undercut on him we can jump him, but well, that's not going to happen now then, as yeah, at least it does push right back up to the leaders then, but yeah, Dralex then has worked out very well for him then. He's in 2nd place on fresher tyres than infamous Clay's in the lead, so yeah, he's done made a very good call there just by driving his own racing down up front, as Rosberg almost used it on the safety car restart there, and yeah, he's going to have to go defensive then, because we had a good run on him towards turn 1. So yeah, he manages to stay ahead for us for the time being then, but obviously, as I was saying, we did catch him near the end of his stint, as he's still struggling quite a bit on cold tyres there, it looks like. But yeah, sort of the hope for me here is to sort of try and stay with him if I can, because yeah, he did seem to struggle quite a lot with tyre wear near the end of that first stint, so yeah, hopefully we can sort of use that to our advantage later on in the race, and obviously as well, corner getting penalties are things, so obviously we just want to try and keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, Rosberg did get Pelsry, and yeah, we were struggling a bit to make the overtake here. He was lagging quite a bit, which didn't really help matters, but yeah, we had Franglish queuing up behind us as well then, so yeah, couldn't really like afford to go for it and then like lose a couple of places. But yeah, I was getting quite frustrated here because, as I say, it was a little bit of lagging on. I wasn't really sure where he was, so yeah, it's hard to know where to really like commit to an overtake. And yeah, we were losing quite a bit of time here then, because yeah, obviously he was on these tyres like quite a few laps before any of the rest of us, and obviously doing that very early pit stop on lap 3, as I thought this time we had a pretty good run, so I was hoping we could try and get the move done this time then, as we're looking to the, well, I wasn't really sure there where he's going to go, but yeah, he sort of positioned his car quite well there in the middle of the track, and then he actually went deep there into turn 7, so we did have a good run though, but just on the outside line, you're just never going to pass on there, so yeah, we couldn't make it stick. But yeah, we had a good run there, but he discovered a track there sort of in the middle, on run towards turn 7, so we can get through. And now on to lap 20 then, we do get a very good run once again then. Hopefully this time we can get ourselves over to the inside line then as quickly as possible before he can try and cover it. But again, he's still lagging there, so I wasn't really sure where he was. I managed to just about outbrake in there, a little bit aggressive there, sort of forcing out wide, but yeah, we managed to make it stick then. And then he used the back end right after that anyway, so yeah, we're up into 5th place. But yeah, we did lose quite a few seconds there to those in front of us by just being stuck behind them for those laps. But by lap 28 we did catch up to Rosberg, as I was sort of hoping would be the case then. And yeah, we still had Franglish very much on our tail there, so I had to watch out for him as well. As we go to the inside line then in turn 7, he doesn't cover us there, but he does manage to stay alongside us then, and he is going to have the inside line for turn 8 now then. And yeah, he's going to stay ahead of us there, as yeah, not really anywhere else to pass in that middle sector. But yeah, we just had to sort of stick behind him here then for the rest of the lap, try and get that good run out of turn 5, and then just follow him with DRS through turn 6 and hopefully get the inside line into turn 7. We do get a very good run here once again then. We'll try and outbrake him. Looks like we just about managed to do it then, but not getting the best exit, and he's probably going to try and dive back up the inside here then into turn 8, and yeah, a little bit of contact there I think, but we're still just about ahead, but on a very acute line through turn 9, and yeah, it was always going to be difficult to get a good run. But now Franglish has got a good run on the Paris, and I was just hoping he wouldn't make it 3 wide, and yeah, he was sensible there, and yeah, backed out of it, and Rosberg has still come out of this on top then. But I did know at this point that he had penalty, so I wasn't like really too worried about getting past, but I did actually run a little bit wide there into turn 7 on lap 30. We have to go defensive now from Franglish, and yeah, we just might manage to maintain a position, and then he actually catches the wall there and crashes out. That wasn't really anything to do with us, I don't think, because we gave him the space, but I think just caught the wall very slightly, and yeah, it just ripped his wheel off, I think. But yeah, on to the final lap then. As I said, Rosberg did have a penalty, so I wasn't really too worried about getting this position, and in fact with a few corners to go it started to rain, so yeah, the priority was just not be caught out by that and just keep on the road. And yeah, when we cross the line we should be in 4th position, so overall a pretty good race for us then. It was a little bit unfortunate that we couldn't capitalise on that safety car, but I mean, I think we still ended up in a pretty decent position compared to sort of what our pace is, as we slide out the final corner then cross the line, and we do indeed pick up 4th position then. So yeah, good result for us then, matching our best result of the season then, along with Hungary I think it was. So good result for us there, as Dralek then very much made that safety car work for him then, finishing in 1st place and having started in I think 13th position there. So yeah, very well done to him for that one, as Infamous Clays finishes 2nd, and Melanie then making that hyper soft start work then, and finishing on the podium. So yeah, very good result for him there. And unfortunately for our team at LGS, he didn't finish this race. As we look at the standings now then, and it is Rosberg then who still just about hangs on to the lead then. He's got a 4-point advantage as Manley closed in a little bit then today. Dralek stays in 3rd place then, but does actually sort of, I think he does give himself a decent chance then to start the championship with that result. Obviously he's not only a race win behind the championship lead, which is Sarah Rosberg, so yeah, I'll say it's still very much a 3-horse race, and maybe even a 4-horse race if Infamous Clays can get some consistency. He's 51 behind, so I mean, you never know. We still got 7 races to go then, because we still have that Canada race to do as well. And yeah, we're looking, I'd say, in a decent position here for still maybe top 5 if we can get some good results here. But I have to say, unfortunately, in the next race, Russia, well, you're not going to see anything from that race because we didn't start it, because we didn't, well, for some reason I just could not stay connected, which is really weird because like my connection's been pretty much fine for the rest of the season. But yeah, for whatever reason, when it came to Russia, my Xbox just could not stay connected to the internet, and I disconnected in qualifying. I tried to rejoin like multiple times and I was kept on disconnecting. My AI car still somehow made it onto the grid, but yeah, obviously you can't get points for what your AI car does, and I think it finished in 11th place anyway, so yeah, would not have made a difference. But yeah, that's a shame for us then, because we were on a good run of points finishes there, and yeah, it's a shame because I do think that we had some good momentum going then. Obviously Italy wasn't as good, but aside from that, we'd had a few races in the top 5, and yeah, that has obviously hurt our momentum a little bit and cost us a little bit of ground to those rounds in the championship. So yeah, we'll have to try and not worry about that. Russia, not one of my favourite tracks anyway, but yeah, we'll just have to try and sort of regain our sort of point scoring in Canada, which we're finally redoing now then after this. So yeah, look forward to that one then, and yeah, see you for that one then. Hope you enjoy this one. Leave like you did. I'll see you next time. Bye.